on, good people? It is your boy DJ Danny Ocean. 3NT Wrestling Podcast is in the building. Shout out to my man Johnny Dirtsheet. He's not with us today, but you know I don't do this thing alone anyway. I got the broski with me, Matthew Malik Wilson. Malik, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? Pleasure to be back on 3NT Dirt Sheet Radio. You know, the radio station. Salute, man. Welcome, man. I appreciate this, man. What's up?
All is well, man. Look, we got a special interview going down today. You can see it in the background. Spoiler alert, people. We got the energy drink king, Vinny Pacifico, coming live from Staten Island, New York right now. Vinny, what's up, Brody?
Doing great. Thank you for having me.
No, I appreciate you coming on, taking the time to kick it with us, man, because you are a busy man these days. You got a lot going on over there, man.
Blessed. Very blessed.
So we were talking a little bit before we started recording and everything. Mm-hmm. Not only are you doing your pro wrestling thing, of course, you're also acting.
Oh yeah,
you got some films coming out and everything. And so how? Let me ask you this first and foremost. Let's keep it in the wrestling right now. How did you get into pro wrestling? What made you say what bug bit you that made you want to do this?
I was a fan my whole life. You know, John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Jeff Hardy, Rey Mysterio, Boogeyman even. Yeah, I loved it. And I watched it on TV as a kid growing up. And I was playing football in high school. And I'm like, Dad, you know, I love football. You know, I was a quarterback. I said, I love this. And but I think I want to try wrestling because I don't want to live my life with regrets.
Right.
And so I said, you know what, Dad, let me try wrestling. So I was 14, freshman year of high school. I tried training, loved it. And ever since then, never stopped. I kept training, trained at Ring of Honor Dojo, started traveling to Ring of Honor, working for Ring of Honor, you know, just traveling everywhere all the time, you know, TV, independent, everywhere, whatever I could do. Now it's global. I ever since, I believe I was like 18, I debuted in the UK.
Okay.
And then kept going, and now I've hit 15 countries, I think, almost.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So it's been a huge journey, a blessing. You know, I've gotten to do some amazing things I never even imagined I would do. You know, yeah, I've been loving it. Yeah, yeah, it's one of those things where if you work hard and you don't. So for a long time, early on in my career, it was just a never-ending game for this nonstop. Just nonstop doing the same thing every week, wrestling, training, this, that, this.
Right.
And in those trenches, you're always thinking like, okay, what's next? What's next? But a lot of the time, it was just the same shit for like years. And it would drive me nuts. I'm like, I want to do more. I want to expand. I want to get farther than this. And I would say 2 years ago was when everything changed for me. Yeah, I you know, when everything just like, you know, I got some amazing opportunities. I was always busy every week, flying out, traveling. But I'm like, okay, I want to do more. I guess you're never satisfied. I feel like as a wrestler or talent in general, you're never satisfied.
Absolutely.
So, you know, it just. But there were some massive breakthroughs in 2023, 24, 25, and now even 26. There's things happening that I have never even would have imagined happening. So it's like, it's just. My story is just a never-ending grind, and then just like a slow rise, and it was just, and just watching myself go back and saying, okay, if things happened differently the way I wanted to, then I wouldn't be where I am now. Right. So it's been just a wild journey.
Let me ask you this: you said it was years, you know, years of the grind, essentially, to get where you're going and everything. How many times? Because this happens to me all the time with almost everything I do. How many times in your head were you like, you know what, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Like, what drove you to keep pushing through to get that breakthrough?
A lot of it was just seeing results, and just I would see movement, a lot of movement, a lot of results, but it wasn't like immediate. It's just like, all right, if I do this, okay, cool. But I've gotten the mindset of don't expect, just do. Yeah, and that mindset got me to where I needed to get. You know what I'm saying? That's like, because if I'm like, I'm doing this thing right here, this is gonna get me on this thing. If I'm doing this right here, I'm gonna get on this. It's like, no, that's not how it works. You know what I mean? So that was kind of the big lesson I had to learn. Once I started getting into acting about a year and a half ago. My first movie I did was a wrestling horror movie where I played myself. And that was where film started getting more into play with my career and stuff like that.
Right.
But it was a really slow rise, but 2023 was a breakout year for me. I signed a sponsorship deal with Bang Energy.
Okay. Shout out to
I had a
Bang
match
Energy.
clip go viral, bada bing, bada boom. Got the Bang
Mhm.
sponsorship. It was great. Then from there, I got interviewed by Kurt Angle, interviewed by Road Dogg. Like a lot of those things started snowballing and getting bigger and bigger, and just and then Bang actually had a lawsuit happen, so they dropped other athletes, and then I signed with G Fuel.
Okay.
So even more momentum and stuff like that. So
Right.
it's just a never ending like okay, one setback, now it's two step forward. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it was just
Right.
nonstop of having to pivot, change, and just keep going forward. And that's kind of what it's
Absolutely.
been for me.
That's amazing, man. That's
Thank
a
you.
hell of an origin story,
Man,
man.
that
That
man
never give
preaching
up
over there.
attitude, never quit, keep going. Like you said, sometimes you are gonna, you know, lose a step, but it's
Hmm.
always two more in front of you that you can take. So yeah,
Always.
it's always a bounce back. But so coming up on the indie scene, what as you say you started at 14, right?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So you
Training.
started at 14, started training at 14. So coming up on the indie scene and whatnot, what was the moment, the first moment that clicked in your head? You were like, you know what? I do want to do this. This is my goal. I want to do this now.
I don't think I ever had any other thought besides
Oh,
that ever
okay.
since starting. I
Okay.
thought when I started, I was like, you know what, this day one of training. Nah, maybe day 3 or 4 training. I was like, I never had any thought of changing the goal, not once. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, so I would just say like it's just been I've missed I've given my life to this. I've missed
Right.
birthday parties, funerals, wakes, anniversaries. I missed everything for this. And it was never any sort of problem that I had to miss it. I loved it. I
Right.
love this. I do love this more than anything. And but now it's like to the point now where I make sure my schedule works to where I am wrestling as much as possible, but I'm also there for my family, my wife,
Right.
and I'm making sure even if I have an overnight flight, I'm home and I could be more present for my family. Because I missed a lot of shit when I was 18, 19, 20, 21.
Mm-hmm.
I've missed 22, 23. I missed so much, you
Right.
know?
Oh,
And
I
it's just
understand.
been, yeah, it's been
Finding
so,
that work life balance is
Yeah.
probably one of the most difficult parts of this.
Can I butt
truly.
in real quick?
Hmm.
Hey, just because I see your wife, like she looks like she's like super supportive, man. Tell
Oh,
us how tell us how what like role she plays in like helping you like stay uplifted and you know what I'm saying. How talk about the supportive role
yeah.
she's had in all the wrestling for you.
Great question. Thank you. Yeah, so she met me when I was at Ring of Honor. And so she saw like all the really cool stuff, happening. But when I met, just I gotta say, the most supportive person I've ever met in my entire life, and I'm so grateful for it because it's almost like too much, right? And it's like almost like scary. And but I'm like I said, grateful for it more than anything because I see so many wrestlers, athletes, entrepreneurs, actors, like they have a woman who's not supportive of what they do. They complain. It's just not working out, And it's like for me, it was never that way. Yeah, but also I reward her by bringing her with me overseas. Get to go to these beautiful places all over the world.
Right.
Like I did a European tour. Well, Finland, England, France, came back, did a whole month of USA, and then back Netherlands, Romania, Hungary, Germany.
Oh
That was
wow.
last year. Yeah, yeah, and it's just been nonstop. And then later, Dubai, Costa Rica, Germany.
Oh
So it's
wow.
just like, and again, I bring it with me because I'm gone for months at a time, and of course I want to be with my wife while I'm away,
Right. Absolutely.
but she's also getting to enjoy those things with me. So the support comes with I give her that as well. Like, hey, like I appreciate you so much for supporting me. Now we're getting the opportunity to do these things. So let's
Let's
do
go
it
see the
together.
world together. Right.
You know,
That's
you
awesome,
know,
man.
yeah, And now fast forward, like years of just support and support and support. I had an opportunity for a movie to play a lead role at first it was gonna be like just like a video,
Hmm.
right? And then it turned into like it was gonna be it was gonna be just straight up video. Oh, let's just do this thing, Vinny. We'll film. We'll have a match. We'll get you this and that. And we started writing things down. It turned into a script. And then it
Hmm.
turned into even more than that. Then it turned into like a short film. Then it turned into a movie. And
Oh
now we're
wow.
like, okay, we're writing this whole thing down. We have a whole storyboard. We have all these ideas. Let's just do a movie. Low budget, ish. And he's like, well, the director handled the budget, obviously, but he says, let's just shoot a movie based on this story that we have. That he wrote it all out. He ran it by me for a few months, but like, we're just gonna do this. And I said, give my wife an opportunity. You know, she has so much charisma. She has so much energy to her that she could do this.
Right.
We filmed. She killed it on set, earned herself a role, and that was that. So now, fast forward a year, because post production was quite a few months, and then we had some deals with certain possible distributors or agents and producers, and figuring out where to put it and streaming. Are we going to reshoot it with a bigger budget? Are we going to put it on theaters? Like, what? Like, I'm saying, it was a whole big process. A lot of promises, yeses, nos, all these different things, and that took a lot of our time up. That took a lot of our time when we could have just put it on. But I said, but in my opinion, I thought it was worth it than just putting it anywhere. It's not, you don't want to put it on YouTube. You don't want to put it on a website. You want to be able to get distribution and get it seen by millions.
Right.
So grateful that we have the opportunities to have these talks with these people, but it didn't work out. There were a lot of promises made that just didn't come through. So there was a period where me and the director really upset because we were getting ready to I was in a move. I was getting ready for all these different things to film this. It was a whole big thing, right?
Right.
And it just fell through. So what happened was, New Year's comes. Me and the director we talk here and there, but it wasn't like it was a lull because we were upset.
Right. Right.
She's like, you know what, Vinny, we're gonna freaking do this. We're gonna launch. I don't care where we put it. I want to get this out there. The art is too good. The story is too good. I want to just get it out there. And I'm like, I said, I'm down, but let's just figure out what we could do. Let's just figure out how we can maybe get this on a platform or an actual place where people could see it. So fast forward, did some work with people we know, and we got a distribution deal.
Okay.
I can't say where yet,
right?
But it's very nice, very sweet.
What's the name of the movie?
Mr. Reset and the Society of Turnbuckle and Bone.
Mr. Reset and the Society of Turnbuckle and Bone.
Yep.
And it's the horror wrestling movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Two of my favorite things. I'm already invested, brother.
Think of like Illuminati, Firefly Funhouse, Pee Wee Herman's Playhouse. Like, think of that vibe.
Okay.
Like, it's very fun and comedic, but also got like horrors to it. It's really fun. I personally love the story. I think it also showcases what I've been through in my career as well, like getting bullied early on and just getting hazed and all these different things that we go through as wrestlers. And even me growing up in the entertainment industry, it showcases all those things to people who may not know.
Right.
And but also that film spanned to, I got cast in a movie last September. I got cast in 2 movies within a week out of nowhere.
Oh, wow.
It just happened.
Nice.
I flew out to LA, did a movie, did 2 days of filming, wrestled, flew back, Monday chilled, Tuesday filmed on the movie. And that was Crimson Harvest and Family Ties. And Family Ties is like a mobster movie, action, and Crimson Harvest is a horror movie where I play an evil detective. So that was fun as heck.
That sounds cool.
It was really fun. And then the opportunities just snowballed because I'm on set with directors who were impressed, who called me for their film next. You know what I'm saying? So it just kept snowballing and snowballing and snowballing.
Right.
Exactly. So and then opportunities come out of nowhere, like media opportunities, podcasts, other movies, commercials, like just things come. Once you work hard and you show you show your value and show your passion, the opportunities are endless.
Absolutely. I agree. I totally agree. Speaking of opportunities, you did have some big opportunities to show up on AEW and WWE programming.
Oh yeah.
So
fun stuff.
You did a episode of AEW Dynamite, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you were on NXT.
Yes.
So how was that for you? Let me ask you this: what was going through your head walking through those curtains for on TV for these big companies like that?
Amazing. A lot of the AEW locker room is a lot of ROH guys who I worked with years ago.
Right.
So it was really cool to be able to see them again and just chat. I've been to AEW a bunch of times, so always seeing those guys are amazing. Always. And for the first time, I wrestled for them the first time at AEW in 2020 during the pandemic, and that was just crazy. It was Jacksonville. It was just wild,
Right.
and that was just one of the coolest opportunities I ever had. When I was at like I was it's like my first time for AEW 2020 during COVID with his like no
Right.
crowd. It was crazy. It was crazy. Fast forward a year and a half, I had my NXT debut. That was phenomenal. You know, William Regal. I learned so much from him throughout the years. Getting to talk to him, see him, talk with him, and you know all that stuff. And then I had the match. I really enjoyed the match. Funny enough story, I actually like partially tore my rotator cuff that match, and I have no idea how I did it because I did not land on it or anything. And that shoulder injury haunted me for like 9 months.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but it was a really both my first times on the television with those companies were just the best, and it snowballed ever since. You know, I just like I said, I'm grateful for the opportunity given. You know, and it just comes down to making the most of every opportunity given. When you're given that shot to be on TV, you take it. You know, every time.
So what are the biggest differences you would say, or the feel between working on TV like that for them and working on the indies? What's the biggest difference between the two, you say?
I treat everything like a TV. Because a lot of the indies are on television. A lot of a lot of wrestling companies are on TV that aren't AEW and WWE. So I view every opportunity as if it's TV. You know, there's cameras there filming you. There's streaming services. People, you know, there's all that stuff. So I view everything like it's TV. Because very may well be. So
absolutely.
And so for me, it's not. There's not a lot. There's differences in like the way the shows ran and stuff. But for me, I take everything. I give my best no matter what, whatever opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And I work like it's on TV, even if it's not on TV, because again, you know, yeah, if the camera's there filming, it could end up somewhere on any other TV. You don't know where your content's going,
right?
Right? The event that you're on could be on. Yeah, the event could be not on TV, but it could end up somewhere that's on TV. You know what I mean? So you never really know.
Catch a clip and that could go viral, 2 million views. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
exactly. Like
for sure.
But when I got my Bang sponsorship, when Bang signed me, it was I did a wrestling match in Oregon. It was streamed on IWTV. The clip went viral on Twitter of me using the energy drink, drinking, doing the hookup and all that shit. It went viral, and 3 days later, Bang had a contract for me in my email.
Nice.
You know, so you never know. The reach is unimaginable. So you can't ever you can't think like, oh, let's just phone this in because it's not television. Or you can't phone this in because it's not gonna. You don't know. You never know. That's kind of my mindset. Is like, you know, even when I'm on TV, I had TV last week. I had TV last week. 20-minute match. Gave my absolute all, and it was really fun. Loved it so much. It was one of them. It was a really fun match. I wrestled Matthias from San Diego. He's an amazing wrestler.
That's what's up. That's something independent wrestlers can really, really take notes from as far as giving it your all either way. Just because you're not on AEW, ROH, or WWE TV, you still gotta act like you are. You know what I'm saying? Because like you said, that person in the crowd with a simple 15-second clip of you, you know what I'm saying, could make you a star overnight.
Literally,
you know?
Literally. Right. And also there's wrestlers who are now getting opportunities on TV, not in wrestling. Like, I mean, obviously like me, but like I'm getting on commercials and shit like that too. But I'm saying like there's opportunities. Like a lot of wrestlers getting picked up at this fest, Savannah Bananas.
Right.
Have you heard that?
I saw that. Shout out to
you know what I'm saying?
Keith Mack, as a matter of fact. I saw Keith got signed to him. Yeah.
Then this guy getting picked up by game shows. Mr. Beast's TV show. There's wrestlers on wrestlers, you know what I'm saying? Right. So from your wrestling can lead to so many other different massive opportunities.
Right.
You know? Like for me, it's wrestling, it's movies, it's commercials, it's all that shit. But it could be, you know, I could get called one day for a game show, like Family Feud or some shit. You don't know. So you just never, you can't, when you're put on camera, you can never give it less than your all.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree.
Literally, I had a clip go viral where my opponent, Paul London, he
Oh,
Paul
Paul
London's a
London, nice.
freaking legend.
Yeah, he
He shook
is.
my energy drink up, threw my energy drink. It bounced and landed on his head, landed normal, and that went
Oh
viral.
wow,
It was insane.
that's
So you just
crazy.
never know what's gonna go viral or not.
Right.
I had a moment where I sang in my entrance. That went almost viral. You just never know.
Nice.
So it's
That's
just all
nice.
these different opportunities just come. So I just like I said, always give your all no matter what it is.
I agree. Malik, what you got, brother?
And so you talking about the energy drinks and stuff. I want to talk about the transition from your previous character. The kid Vinny Pacifico, like
Great question.
having a hand on your face. So you're a kid. I saw that interview. So tell me about the transition to the Power Punch character, because you mentioned it helped you build like more of a connection with the fans.
Oh
So
yeah.
tell me what that was like mentally to switch to that character and how it's helped you connect with the fans more.
It was really me just believing in who I am as a human being and utilizing the charisma that I have. I would always shield my charisma. I would always go out there and try and be this like just this. I don't know what I was trying to do. I was just being a wrestler, right? And
Mm-hmm.
EC3 called me one day. He goes, Vinny, you drink tons of energy drinks. You are very energetic. You need to just use that. Like you have so much charisma. You have the it factor. Use it. And it
Mm-hmm.
took a few weeks, took a few months to fine tune some things, do some promos. But once I latched onto that character and I really dug deep into my funnest charisma type self,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that was it, game changer for me.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I would do these funny skits with other talents, still do them, and it just there's so much opportunity when you really just be yourself and you let, because it's obviously the character's me times 10, but it's
Right.
really me. So
Mm-hmm.
it's easily plug and play thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
how I utilized it, and it was really cool because I'm like, okay, wow, there's something that these fans could latch onto. They could latch
Yeah.
on to me crawling in the corner to the drink. They could
Right.
latch on to, oh, what's he drinking tonight? If I was when I wasn't sponsored, or like, or what's your favorite drink? Like, there's different things they can ask you as opposed to just being a wrestler on a show, wrestling and leaving.
Right.
Now you have a
Mm-hmm.
character, you have depth to you. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
just
That's
opportunities are
awesome.
endless.
That's awesome. Have you ever had anybody stop you on the street to autograph an energy drink for them?
Yes, it was.
That's
Where was
awesome.
that? It was not in the street, but it was in Disney. It wasn't.
Okay.
I didn't sign anything, but he was like, "Oh, Vinny, the craziest fan meeting, noticing me was in Disney World. I
Nice.
was about to ride a ride, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Rail Train, and this jacked, massive, muscular dude. He's like, "Yo, you Vinny Pacifico? I'm a huge fan." I'm like, "Whoa," it was
That's
crazy.
awesome.
It was crazy,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
And then in Disneyland, really funny. I saw a guy in a wrestling shirt. I'm like, do I know this person? Like, I don't think I know him. And then I post a picture later on with my wife at Disneyland, and he writes back. The guy comments, "Oh my god, I saw you in Disney. I didn't know if it was you and I didn't want to say." And I was like, "That's so funny." It's
That's
crazy. It's
wild.
crazy. It's crazy where you see things. Airports, you see people all the time. Fans, wrestlers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, airports. Yeah, and it's also like Staten Island, where I live, is a lot of people know me, so it's kind
Oh
of happens there too. You know.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you talked about EC3 giving you advice, so I want to get more into like an inspiration aspect. Let's see if there's to get to my question. You'll see where I'm going with this. I see that you use the angle slam a lot, right?
Yes.
I see you said Brian Danielson inspires you to become a wrestler. I see you use the flying knee a lot. I
Oh yeah.
see, and I also see you use the crippler crossface, right? So
Exactly.
you talk about EC3 giving you advice, and I saw you in the ring with Powerhouse Hobbs. I've seen you in the ring with the Ops, with Samoa Joe. Is there anybody in the industry as a vet that you use as like a mentor just in case you need some advice? Or is there anybody you've been in the ring with that kind of gave you some insight of how to succeed at a higher level or the game?
Great question. So I wrestled some of the biggest legends I've ever. Gangrel is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I saw you was
He's
on a
always
podcast
got my
with him too. Yep.
big mentor of mine. Always,
Mm-hmm.
always had my back. Always there for me.
Mm-hmm.
EC3 is one of them. Wrestled him multiple times. Learned so much from him. Bobby Fish. Matt Sydal, Evan Bourne. There's multiple. Rocky Romero. I got Rocky's one of the best in the world. Literally, hands down, one of the best wrestlers I've ever wrestled in my life. He's phenomenal.
Mhm.
Paul London's a big mentor of mine in wrestling and in acting. You know, he's got my back. Because in acting, I'm kind of jumping in, you know, and I don't really. It's hard. I don't have a mentor yet in that. And besides Paul London, really, 'cause, you know, acting's like hard. It's different. You know,
Mhm.
wrestling, you're in training, getting trained. You know, acting, you go to classes, but like having another actor grab your hand and pull you along with them isn't always a thing that happens to some people. It happens. Well, I'm sure it'll eventually happen to me, but for me, right now, it's Paul London giving me all these pointers and advice. I have a few people in the acting industry who are now really giving me advice, helping me, bring me places like Mike Levy from Terrifier. You know, he's giving me a lot of we're working together. You know, he's giving me a lot of advice and giving me a lot of pointers and stuff like that. So, you know, it's one of those things where I always try to surround myself with people who are way better than me and know more than me.
Right.
That's how you grow.
Yeah. Right.
There's a phrase I do a positive quote of the day to close my show out every night, and there was a
Do it.
quote about I can't remember it word for word, but it was like it's not good to be the smartest person in the room.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I want to go into a room where I can learn from everybody in there. I don't want to be the I want to be the sponge. I don't want to be the one, you know, feeding everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I
Exactly.
agree with that 1000%, man. You definitely want to be in rooms where you can learn in. Absolutely.
Of course, it's you know, I've been so blessed to be able to wrestle the people who I've wrestled. Like again, I've wrestled some of the greatest people that in the industry, and I've learned so much from every match. To where, you know, people are learning from me. Great, I'm very grateful for that. But also, I still thrive to get and learn from everybody and anybody that's on a higher level, because yeah, that's who you. I feel there's no ceiling of just learning. You can always learn, no matter what. You know,
Absolutely.
and I'm learning. And the thing is, in the acting industry, is helping me in wrestling, and wrestling's helping me in acting. So they go so hand in hand.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
So you're big on the content and the personality and everything, and you're big on building your brand. You know,
Oh
like
yeah.
you say, you got your Bang deals, you got your G Fuel deals, and
Mhm.
whatnot. How important do you feel that branding yourself is, as well as having the in-ring talent and being on the microphone? Branding yourself in general, how important is that, you think?
It's one of the most important things you could do, because okay, think of it this way: as a wrestler, you could do everything. As a wrestler, you could be a content creator, you could be a comedian, a lot of wrestlers are comedians. You could be an actor. A lot of wrestlers are actors. You could be a singer, dancer. You are a performer.
Right.
Like, yes, you wrestle, you give your all, but like you could do anything. Like, I think as wrestlers, branching out and building a brand for yourself and just doing everything is great. Because now, for example, let's just say you get signed. You have a 1 year great run, and then you get fired. What are you gonna like? What I mean, obviously, go to the indies or do whatever you want to do. But like, for me, if that happened to me, I could go act. I could go do my content creation stuff. I could do all that different things. So I feel like if you have different things you could put yourself into that all help each other, it's a win-win for all. It's a win-win for all of the opportunities you have.
Right.
Right. So that's kind of where my mindset is like, you could do everything.
Right.
You could get in movies. Now you had a big role in this movie. Now people in wrestling notice that and see you. Or people from that movie who love the movie will watch wrestling stuff. Now wrestling benefits. Or you have a killer wrestling spot, you go into a movie, and wrestling fans who love you from that match or from that moment or just a fan of yours will go watch that movie. Now you have people viewing you there.
Right.
It's just there's so many different routes like you could go. Like, I always do content with AJ and Big Justice and the Rizzler. You know,
Okay.
those guys are the biggest content creators there are.
Right.
But me being in those videos benefits everybody, and
Right.
me being in their videos benefits me. So it's like everything helps each other out, and have that mindset of collaboration, not competition. That is a big mindset to have. Also, a lot of people want to always,
Absolutely.
yeah, a lot of people want to always, oh, I want to do more, do better than this person. They look with an evil eye. And that's something that I never, ever think anyone should do. You know, people get jealous. It's life. It's a human thing.
Right.
But collaborate, grow together. Why can't why can't we go together? Why can't you know what I mean? Like
Exactly. I
I
feel you'll get so much further along together than you would separately. I feel like,
exactly.
and it's the whole competition aspect. Like, I don't want to compete with anybody but myself. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I want to make sure that I'm better than I was last year, and then better than I was last week. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I never understood that either. But let me ask you this real quick, and Malik, I let you jump on after this. But let me ask you this: so you're making movies.
Yep.
You're doing a lot of traveling. You're doing your content creation. You're doing a lot of wrestling and everything.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do all that without burning out?
You know, it's not easy. I've been because like now it's getting really busy.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, like for a while it was wrestling, 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 and then like the movies that would come would be weekdays. They were
Right.
in between, you know. But now it's like there's so much wrestling, and now there's more movies. Now there's way more media appearances that I got to make, and
Right.
now there's all these different things. It's not easy. Like I said, I want more. I'm not on wood. God is good. I'm blessed to be able to do these things. I love it more than anything, and I do want to keep doing it and do more.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sitting back and I'm like, holy shit, how am I gonna make LA to San Fran to Detroit to Florida to New York? It's like one of those things where it's like,
Yeah, that's tough.
yeah, it's not easy.
Good
It's not
lord.
an easy thing, you know. So I'm thinking about it. I'm like, holy shit. Like last week, I wrestled. I did a Disney day, wrestled again, flew to LA, wrestled in LA, did not sleep that night. Next day, I had a really big podcast against all odds podcast, a really good one. Great people. Did that podcast and then flew back home overnight. I was beat, you know.
Right.
So it's just like how to not burn out. I guess your diet. I guess sleeping when you can. Stretching as much as you can before your plane takes off. And just taking care of your body and watching what you put in your body.
Right.
You know, the more nutrients, the better it is. Like I try to eat carnivore with the most nutrient dense food there is, so so my body could heal.
I got you. I got you. Malik, what
Good
you got, brother?
question.
Yeah, speaking of healing, man, hey, I saw you do a rolling cannonball on somebody with a whole bunch of chairs, right?
Oh, it
And
was amazing.
in a gym. Like, do you come up with spots like that in a moment? Is that you don't have to reveal the curtain or nothing, but is that like a spur of the moment thing? And when it happens, is there like any like hesitation or after the
Mm.
move, it's like, and maybe I shouldn't have done that. Have you had one of those yet?
Sometimes I'm like, ah, shit, maybe this is a little too risky. But that one, I'll tell you that day I was in. My wife's dog died that day, so we were all just like emotional. So that match, I gave no shits about what anything happened. I just gave my all, threw myself all over the place, and just did my best. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And that I needed that match because that I was it was an emotional day, and I was able to really use that emotion for that match, and it showed if you didn't watch it. Vinny Pacifico versus Darius Carter in Pro Wrestling Magic. That one was a really good one.
Oh,
How do
shout
you
out to
rate? How,
Darius Carter too. Ashe Wrestling champion right now too. Shout out
Say
to
it again.
Darius. No,
Oh, I know who you said. Oh no, Darius. Shout out. Oh yeah, I love Darius. He is. I wrestled him like 9 times in the UK. It
oh
was
wow.
crazy. Yeah,
Okay.
more like 6 times, but yeah, it was crazy.
Nice.
okay, so it sounds like you guys got great in-ring chemistry, being that you wrestled so many times. That emotional match that you're talking about, where do you rank that in some of your favorite matches?
It's pretty high, you know, because it was so emotional for me, and I used the emotion for like a lot of what I do. I use my life to kind of direct how I do things. Like, so for example, if I'm feeling sad or something happened and I'm like crying, I'll cut a promo. 'Cause it's more passionate. I'm able to use that. So that's something that I guess it's called method acting. I guess is cool. I don't know,
Yeah, that's
but
what I was about to say. Method actor.
yeah, it's one of those things you got to. I try to always utilize. If I'm feeling energetic, like right now, I was tired before the podcast. Now I'm on. I feel great. I might do a promo after this. I don't know, but it's one of those things where you have to utilize how you feel in the moment and just use it to the best of your ability.
Right. If you do that promo, tag me. And I got one last question for you.
Shoot.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You've been on AEW TV. You've been on WWE TV. You've had interviews on podcasts with Kurt Angle, Busted Open, Road Dogg, Gangrel, Josh Alexander. You're in movies. You do modeling. You know you were from Staten Island. You know who 50 Cent is.
Oh yeah.
What's your I gotta do this or die trying?
That I haven't done yet?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Like what other thing that I haven't done at all?
Like, what is your end game? What do you
Like,
have to do before it's all over with?
Well, I definitely want to. I want to be full time signed to a company. Love that. Like I have a few. Like get signed, obviously. Again, more movies. Like I don't want to stop doing movies. Not at all. Like I want to continue doing that until I'm. I want to wrestle till I can no longer do it. And same thing with acting. I don't want to ever stop doing that or wrestling. Like both wrestling and acting, I never want to stop doing ever. I also, I want to keep continuing getting brand deals. I want to continue traveling the world. I want to go back to Japan again. I also would love to. I want to be in a Marvel movie
Nice.
or a
fire.
DC movie and a Disney movie.
Nice.
Those are some goals. Those are some other goals I have.
Hell yeah, man. So what? Let me ask you this. I gotta ask you now. If you could be in a Marvel movie, what hero would you be playing from or Marvel or DC? What would be your dream superhero to play on the big screen?
Based off my appearance, I'd say Spider-Man.
Okay.
Right? Just like I kind of look like him in a way.
Okay. Peter Pacifico.
I don't know. I think that's it. Spider-Man, I would say, because I feel like I fit that. But if I wasn't, like, if I was like 6'5", I would say Superman. Or Batman. I love Batman. So I would say probably Spider-Man because of my size and because of my stature. But if I was way taller, I'd say Batman or Solomon Grundy.
So, okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Dug in the crates for that one. Hell yeah. Now, we always got it before we wrap up our interviews. We always have to get our guests to drop that top 5 on something. So I want to ask you, who are your top 5 favorite opponents of all time so far?
Oh, is it order?
No particular order. No particular order.
Rocky Romero, Matt Sydal, Gangrel, EC3. I mean, I know it's like all like big names. I'm gonna name more. I'm gonna name 3 more.
Okay.
Again, I had a match through them that are amazing, so that's why I'm saying them. Me and Keita Murray in DOA. That was a really fun match. He's amazing in the ring. I'm gonna name 3 more. Paul London. That match is one of my favorite matches I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
There's a lot of matches that I had that I really, Will All Day, Danny Limelight.
Shout out Danny Limelight. I just saw him pop up on he was on Fourth Rope recently.
Love him. He's
yeah.
amazing. He's amazing. Chris Benet's awesome. Jaden Newman's awesome. There's just so many guys that I really love wrestling. It's hard to give a top 5 because there's just so many guys who I've had really good match. Effie, really good matches with. So it's just a lot. But I would say those are my top 7 or 8.
That's what's up.
And Darius Carter because we've had so many matches together.
Oh yeah, it's cool. Every wrestler that comes on here that we talk to, they give us more every time. It's all good, bro.
It's hard. It's a hard one.
It's hard to just pick 5.
Yeah, it's hard to just pick 5, man. Yeah.
And the memory, it's hard to remember certain things, because it's just especially right now, so much is happening. I'm like, shit, I don't even know what I did last week. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. Like, I gotta ask you this: are you coming to Wrestling Week out in Vegas this year?
What week is that?
It is Mania itself is on April 17th and 18th, I think. So I know I'm going out there from the 15th through the 20th. That Wednesday to Monday.
So I'll tell you, I have some dates in April, but I also have 3 movies in April.
I got you.
So it's really I'm trying to balance everything out best I can. So I might be there. I might do some stuff in WrestleMania week. But I have to, like I said, I have a wrestling show in California, West Virginia, I think Jersey, and then I have 3 movies. Okay. So I have to really get that schedule figured out ASAP. Actually, because it's like I gotta figure out what I'm doing. It's a lot.
Well, I was gonna say there is an event going on out there on the 16th, that Thursday, called Wrestle Lit Live.
Mhm.
A lot of people. Devon Dudley's already going to be there.
Oh yeah.
Mara Sade from TNA. It's a lot of big names going to be there. A lot of, big party, to kick off, the week out there. But if you can make it out there, I got an energy drink with your name on it, man.
Let's do it. All right, 16th.
April
16th.
16th.
Gotcha. Wrestle Lit. Sounds
Lit.
good. All right.
Hell
Sounds
yeah.
good.
Vinny, we definitely appreciate you too coming in, rocking out with us, taking the time to chill out with us and chat with us for a little bit, man. Malik, you got anything else?
Nah, man, just keep doing what you're doing, man. Thanks for the words of inspiration, bro. They're gonna help somebody. We thank
Absolutely.
you for coming.
Hope so. I hope so. Thank you guys, seriously, for the opportunity.
All right. Is there anything you want to tell the people before we get out of here?
Catch me on Instagram, Vinny Pacifico, Twitter, Vinny Pacifico 1, and Facebook, Vinny Pacifico. That is where you could find all my upcoming appearances, podcasts, wrestling matches, movies, all that stuff is going to be on that. And just stay tuned. There's a lot of fun stuff going on. Appreciate you guys.
Hey, we appreciate you. Now, people, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Comment below. Tell Vinny your favorite energy drink in the comments.
Oh, I want to know.
Well, Vinny, again, we appreciate you, and we're out. Thanks, guys.
Stay away from